So this is how I got my paintings from looking like this to this in less than 2 months of work. You can see there's a lot more detail, and I also, for most of these paintings, only used 3 colors. This one had the exception of 4 colors, but that's it. Okay, so I wanted to walk through my painting process, and you guys have seen some examples from the beginning of what it used to look like. And this is the painting in question. I never actually finished the turtle because I hated the background so much. I was like, it's not even worth adding. And so I'm gonna point out why this just wouldn't have ever been realistic. So usually when you're under the water, you see the ocean in a very muted color scheme. So colors like this could work on land in a exaggerated, setting like you're in the jungle or something. But the purple is so bright, and these yellow tones are so bright. And if you look over here, there's a ton of red, and it just doesn't jibe with the underwater muted colors that you normally see. And as a new painter, it's really hard to recognize this and not, oh, but the coral's red, so I need to add all this bright red. And so you can see I tried to tone things down, and it just, it didn't work. So I also added some light rays in, and that was when I gave up with this officially. I knew there was no coming back from that unless I painted over the entire thing. And overall, I was like, something needs to change with my painting, and I don't know how to do it. And so I took to Google, and I really liked this part actually, and I still think this part was really nice, and the only part of the painting that actually looked like it was underwater. So there's this painting, and you can see there's just a lot of blobs that I couldn't refine, and then I tried to refine these and it just didn't look good, and then I tried to refine this and it just doesn't look realistic, and it doesn't look good either. I do like what was going on with these. If it were something different, like in the jungle and I'm painting some, really colorful plants, sure, it would be cool. But it's just not great for what I'm trying to go for. I'll include a picture at the end of the reference photo for that painting. It looks extremely different than the actual painting, so I want to do a retry of that someday, but the actual image itself is so big, it's just kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that right now. And so I took to Google and I studied some pictures of the underwater ocean, and I realized what my error was, and so my next painting, I fixed it. And so I realized I can make a painting with 4 colors. The only colors I used in this painting were brown, which was from a tube. I didn't feel like mixing up brown 50 times. So I had a tube brown, and this is all acrylic, the cheapest stuff I could get at Michael's. So I'll try and link the brand in the description. I really like their paint. And I literally just used blue the entire rest of this, and white and black. So these 4 colors literally made this entire painting. And it's really cool because it looks so much more realistic. If you look at these 2 paintings side by side, you can see there's much more colors than just 4 colors in this painting. And it's an almost overwhelming amount of color and different shades of those colors. Like, it's just kind of a mess. It's all over the place. So I really like this painting. And I also started adding less blobs. You can see they're starting to actually have texture, and these walls also have texture lines, and it almost looks more 3-dimensional now. And I also included some siding, and I really like this part right here where these lines are going down. I just really liked this painting, and it was the first jump for me that I had ever really had from painting, these very exaggerated colors to a more natural color scheme. And my advice for new painters, as I'm a new painter myself and I'm already achieving more realism, is just less is more with colors. Just go very, very chill if you're painting ocean stuff, I mean. And I'm sure that applies to land creatures as well, but I only make fish art and ocean art. You can see in the background, this is all stuff that I've made. It's all just fish and water, and that's really the only thing I want to paint. So this is another painting I made. You can see, let me try and put the whole thing. There we go. And this painting was only made with 3 colors. I didn't use literally anything but blue, black, and white. And something I also learned about painting is this this black is only one shade of black. I didn't shade the whale at all on the black zones. The white part I added some gray for some depth, but the black only has highlights. I'm not sure if you can see it really well, but there's literally only white highlights, but it looks like a photo. And it's really cool how just adding some highlights and knowing your lighting can really make or break your painting. And the water, I really liked the water as well. I'm learning how to paint water. I'm a colored pencil artist, so my cuttlefish, trying to point to it, up there is colored pencil, and I'll do some zoom-ins for those later. But for my painting journey, it's been really fun to paint water. I've never done that before because colored pencil, it just takes so long, and it's just not very fun to do that. So I wanted to get into painting so I could paint all these beautiful water scenes that I see all these other artists make. And I've always wanted to do that. So it's been so fun, you know, going in and just knowing I can paint the ocean, and it's just beautiful. This is one of the first paintings I made whenever I had started this painting journey. The orchid was my most recent one. I painted that last night actually. And these are kitefin sharks. It's kind of hard to tell in this unnatural light, but I really like them actually. They've got some purple on them, some blue. So I used purple, blue, black, and white, and that's literally it. So 4 colors again. So I'm sure you guys are noticing the trend of less colors makes it just look so much nicer. And then this is the last one I'm going to show you guys. I have some other paintings, but they were kind of, I made them in high school and just copied reference photos. These are definitely a mix of using photos. I used several photos for this picture, and using more reference photos can really just get you a nicer result. So this is a great white shark. Also, you can't really tell in the lighting, but like how much depth it has. But I only use blue, black, and white, so only 3 colors as well. And I've really enjoyed working with only a few colors, and it's been really a fun journey. And I know for younger artists who are trying to get into this, progression is real. If you're practicing all the time, you will make progress. And it's a beautiful journey, and you might not be where you want to be at immediately. You might be at these super messy paintings and you want to refine them, but the more you practice, the better you will get. And I know that from experience. You guys have just seen my paintings, and I also know that for drawing. I did a challenge in 2020 where I drew something every single day of the year and posted it on Instagram. Unfortunately, that account got hacked and deleted, but it was a beautiful journey, and I was so proud of myself. And I have a lot of those pictures on my art website, and I'll link that in the description if anyone wants to check it out. But I know younger artists can really bloom and blossom so quickly if you just practice and look at photos and, you know, try to recreate these beautiful things on our earth. So good luck out there, and I'm going to include some more videos of my other things I've worked on. So yeah, thanks for watching.